This is Coach Lee, and in this video I'm going to interview two people who dumped someone and then came back to them. And these people bought my emergency breakup kit and they followed the instructions there on how to get their ex back. And you'll notice that they didn't have the kit at first because most people don't know about it, don't know to look for information on how to get your ex back. And so they did some incorrect things at the beginning. And if you've watched some of my other videos, then you'll recognize some of those mistakes by what they admit to doing, what they share that they have done or that they did early on after the breakup. But then they make a correction, and it's interesting to see the reaction from the ex. So pay close attention. I have one from a woman who dumped her boyfriend and another from a man who dumped his girlfriend when their ex breaks up with them. Both of them used the techniques that I share and guide you through in the emergency breakup kit, and let's see what happens. Why did you break up with him?
Things just got routine. Looking back, that's an immature reason to break up with someone, but my feelings just, faded. I didn't know why, so I just thought it was over.
What happened after you broke up with him?
He kept saying he didn't understand, and he cried. He said a lot. I don't even really remember, and he asked me to take him back or to think about it, and he kept saying he was sorry, but he really didn't do anything, so that didn't make sense. He wouldn't let go of my hand, and it was just really, really awkward. I felt like I had to leave, and he was saying, please just stay 5 more minutes, that's all. But then he would ask for 5 more minutes, so finally I just got firm and said no. I really wished him the best. I hated to walk away, but, with him hurting like that. But I wasn't going to stay and just, not be happy or not want it anymore.
What happened in the days after the breakup?
I thought I'd hear from him, and I was dreading it. I don't know. When I didn't, I was glad. I thought that he was accepting it at first, and I was relieved. I thought I just wanted him to leave me alone. So, at first, I was just kind of happy. But it kind of seemed to set in with me, and my feelings just kind of changed. I started getting nervous and anxious. I guess I didn't like the distance, and I didn't know what was going on. Like if there was another girl or something, or if he just was done, because I started to feel like I wasn't totally sure.
So obviously, since you two are back together, there was a point of contact. How did that happen?
Well, it was definitely painful, but I let a few weeks pass, and I felt crazy because I felt so sure when I broke up with him, and it's like, what is my deal? I kept getting worse, and I wanted him to text me or call me or something, just to calm me down and to feel our connection again. He just felt so gone, and it was really getting to me. So it was week 7, I think, after the breakup, and I got home from work one night and was just looking at my phone wishing he'd text me. So I thought I'd type a text and not send it. Like that sounded like it would feel good. So I just said something like, how's your week going? And then nothing seemed to happen. The conversation just ended. So the next day I just felt really bad anxiety about it. I don't know what I wanted him to say. I guess I wanted him to say that he wanted me back, but I also knew it was my place to make amends since I was the one who dumped him. I just felt so stupid for leaving him. What was I thinking, because I missed him so much, and now I was really worried he wouldn't take me back after what I did. So I just wrote a text asking if he would like to get a smoothie at his place, this place that we used to go, and he agreed. I really didn't know what I was going to say after some small talk. All I could get out that I was sorry and I'm stupid, and I just broke down crying. He ended up holding me.
Okay, so note there that at first he did begging, pleading, things that I tell you not to do. And what was her reaction to it? It was not positive. She wanted him to stop. She was hoping he would leave her alone. It was actually pushing her away. She was becoming even less attracted to him. Her attraction was already low, or else she wouldn't have broken up with him. But his actions were making her want to be away from him, which is the exact opposite of what he was wanting. Now, he got the emergency breakup kit. And what happened after that? It wasn't instant, was it? It wasn't right away. And a lot of people are looking for a magic bullet that happens in 30 minutes. It does not work that way. But things started working in her mind. And I have a video called What Happens in the Mind of Your Ex During No Contact, or What is Your Ex Thinking During No Contact is the actual title of the video. The thumbnail says The Mind of Your Ex. But note that she was relieved at first. Like, okay, he's leaving me alone. Good, I can go live the life I wanted to live and enjoy the breakup I wanted to enjoy. But then what happened? She started to wonder about him. She started to look at her phone and wonder why he wasn't texting her. Then she started to think that maybe she had made a mistake, and if she did, was he going to get away? Was he going to move on? Because she's not sure now, and him moving on would be a bad thing. And then she got really scared that he was going to leave and began seeing his value in her life to the point that she reached out. The next interview is with a man who broke up with his girlfriend. Why did you break up with her?
She wasn't looking at things from my point of view. After 2 years, I felt like she should be better at putting herself in my shoes.
What happened when you broke up with her?
She asked if we could look at a house. It was more for fun, but I just thought if I was going to break up with her, I needed to do it before we started doing that. So the next night, we were supposed to go look at that house, and I went to pick her up, but just sat down, and I said I didn't want to date anymore. She cried. She said she didn't mean to and would work on it, and I said I was sorry more, but that I thought it was best if I just left.
What happened in the days after the breakup?
She sent me flowers the next day with a note saying how sorry she was and how she would change and to please give her another chance. And she texted me that night to ask if I got them. I did reply that I did, and I appreciated it, but I thought it was best to keep things this way. She did not respond to that text, and I didn't hear from her, and it had been like a little over a month. And that's when I kind of started missing her and what we had.
So since you two are back together, there was a point of contact. How did that happen?
It was like missing her overwhelmed whatever problems we were having. I didn't want to lose her to some other guy. I just felt like I didn't know what was going on and didn't want her to move on or get away now that I felt like I wanted her back. So I texted her if she wanted to meet for lunch. She said she'd think about it. So the next day she said she could. I asked how she was doing and smallish stuff, and then I said I had thought about it and wanted to give us another chance if she would. She said she was open to it, so we just kind of started picking things up again, and about 2 months later, we started looking at houses again. I bought one, and we moved in together about 4 months ago.
So notice the theme, the commonality that these two cases share. Both of the exes were relieved at first because the person backed off. And so a lot of people, when their ex breaks up with them, they panic if there's any sign of relief. And what I have to get people to understand through my videos or through my emergency breakup kit is that that's normal, and you actually want that to happen. Because if they don't get through that stage, they can't get to the other stages. And so if you remain in contact and you remain in their life and you keep trying, begging, pleading, trying to talk them into getting back together with you, you don't let them go through that phase so that they can get to the point where they realize this might not be what I want. And so that's very important, is that you back off, you give them silence, you use the no contact rule, and you let them go through the process. In some of my videos, I talk about it as being a cake in the oven. You cannot rush it. Time is actually part of the recipe. In today's world, we think we can just do things faster. We can throw more people at the project. We can pull an all-nighter. But with this, time is actually part of the equation. And so you have to give your ex plenty of time if you want them back. It's very important. and the rewards go to the patient and the strong. You can be strong. I see people do it all the time. These two people used my emergency breakup kit to get their ex back, and you got to hear from their exes who broke up with them. You can get the emergency breakup kit at myexbackcoach.com. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified when I have more videos like this. Visit myexbackcoach.com. That's myexbackcoach.com for articles, videos, and content on getting your ex back, being more attractive, and finding love in addition to rescuing love. This has been Coach Lee, and as always, thank you for watching.